Ayo, we noticed that only about 11% of you are actually subscribed to the channel, so go ahead and do me a favor right now and hit that subscription button. Also, it's important to note, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we will be doing a massive giveaway here on our YouTube channel, so you'll definitely want to make sure you have notifications on for that. Don't delay, hit that subscription today. You heard?
What's up guys, HoneyBee here, and for this video that we're going to get into, we're going to talk about Dream Mileena buffs, or essentially what does Mileena need to be a good character in MK11. I have been playing her for a fair amount of time when she first came out, and I still play her every now and then. So with that said, let's get into the video. So yeah, let's get into Mileena and talk about what holds her back, what could make her better in the game, and without obviously breaking the character. And yeah, what can we do to make Mileena better? So one of the main things I think when it comes to Mileena is just she's a little bit too unsafe for the most part, I would say. So one thing that I would like changed for Mileena is to make her a little bit safer on a lot of her strings. Now, what I mean by this, if we look at, let's say, we look at Sub-Zero here. I'm just going to set Sub-Zero. Or actually, no, I'm going to make it easier. I'm going to be Sub-Zero, and I'm just going to do this string with Mileena so you guys can see why it's not that good. This string back is back 112. The last part is a high, but the thing is like you can just, it's a high and it's -6. So if this just, you know, was a on block like this, you could man, what's the best way of saying this? So the way the string works, it's a high and it's -6 on block. So if instead of it being a high, if it was a mid, it would make the string a lot better, because the way it is now is just, if you do back 1-1, you gotta if you end the string like that, it's a risk, because you can get down 2k bead for your troubles like that, and that's not very good. Your other options with the string is you can do back 2-4, but the problem with that is that it's -14 on block, so you're gonna get full combo punished for that if it's blocked. It's an overhead, but you know, not very good. I think the main way, like, to just improve the string in general is honestly just make it a mid string. There's no reason that it needs to be a high at the end, in my opinion. So I would change that first of all. The other stuff is, like, for example, her forward 4-3 string. The problem with this string is that you need to spend resources in order for it to be safe. So the way you can make this safe, you can do the 4-4-3 and then do the Psi amplify, and that's -10, but with all the pushback that you can see there, she's going to be safe, but you got to spend that bar, right? Like, I think it would be a lot better if either this string, they just made it safer, or if they at least made the last part of the string, but you need the extended strings for it, the playtime stuff. It's -8. If they just made that at least -7 or -6, then at least it would give her the ability to use this string, and then you could either hit or block confirm into a safe option without needing to spend resources. I think when you have these characters here that need to spend resources in order to make some of their best strings usable, that's generally where, you know, they should be buffed a little. So what I would say is make the end of this string -6, so that she doesn't have to spend a bar. I would also kind of suggest, to be honest, I feel like her playtime extended strings, which gives her access to that. It gives her access to, what is it? Yeah, that extra string, and it gives her access to this extra string. I kind of feel like that should be base for Mileena. I don't really feel like she should have to, put on the ability to get extra strings, but that's just my opinion with that. I kind of feel like all the characters in the game shouldn't have to spend a slot to get these extra moves. I kind of like the extra string moves. I kind of feel like that should be base in general. So if they had a patch and they just made everyone's stuff like added like that, I think that would be better for the game. But that's just my opinion on that. Outside of that, I also think some of her other stuff, she needs better combo ability. Like her forward 1 2. The problem with this string in general is there's no way to hit confirm this. Let me see here. There's no way. Here we are. Yeah. So if this move, can I set him to? There we are. With her forward 1 string, like if you hit confirm that first part and then you do a forward 1-2, there's no way that you can get a full combo off of this except for just ending the string with that. I feel like if they at least gave her the ability to do forward 1-2 into air sai and then she could get a full combo from it, that would, for one thing, make the air sai a better move to even use, because right now I don't really feel that there's much of a reason to use it. So I feel like she should be able to do that and get into full combo, honestly. Because right now the only way that you can get combos with that is doing forward 1 straight into ball roll, and you know, you can't hit confirm that. You can only do that as like a punish, but I feel like it'd be better if she could be able to hit confirm stuff like that as well. I think that would be a good change for her. So, you know, let her do that string into the air sai, into a full combo. I don't believe that's possible at this point in time, so that would be another nice change for her. Outside of that, I also think the other thing that kind of holds Mileena back, outside of the unsafe strings, outside of not being able to get full combos off of the forward 1-2, I think the other thing that might hold her back a bit is the fact that the opponent can just escape from her combos a little bit too easily. So if I were to get a hit and then I want to go into a combo, they can just immediately break away, and that's 14%. Or the other thing that they could do is they could also break away, right? They could break away after I already spend the resource. Hold up, where is it? Delay late. Yeah, you could break away late, and then I already spend the resource, and then they break away. So the problem with that now is, like, I'm spending my offensive bar, I'm getting the hit, and then they're just breaking away. I feel like the way it should work, honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be able to break away as soon as Mileena launches you. I feel like you should only be able to break away after she's done, let me see, after she's done this hit, and then she amplifies it there, then you should be able to have the ability to break away, but not before that. And that would help Mileena a lot, because then she would get way more damage, guaranteed damage, off of her hits, and that would help her a lot, in my opinion. So that's the other thing I would do for Mileena. Outside of that, like, it's hard to say exactly what are the best things to do for Mileena to make her better, because I think if they made this string in general safe, it could help her a lot. I think maybe if they wanted to increase the range of her back 1 a bit, that could be good too, because as it stands right now, the range of her, not her back 2, I mean her back 1. The range of her back 1 really isn't that good. You really do have to be right up in your opponent's face in order to use it. But I would say those are some of the main stuff that I would do for Mileena to buff her. I would make her a little bit more safe on some of her strings, like this, for example, so she could use that. Even her 1-1-2 string, I feel like that it's also punishable, and there's really no reason that it needs to be. I feel this thing is -10 on block. I feel like that string as well, that should be safe. Like, that should be -6 or something. Like, why does she need to be punishable off of something like that? To me, it doesn't really make much sense. So yeah, I would make some of those strings definitely safer, so that it's just a little bit more usable. It's to her forward 1-2. I'd want that to be able to combo like easily off of hit confirms into like air sai, so you can get full combos off of that. Outside of that, it seems, I think her other stuff is like pretty decent. She has this like back 3-4 string, which is this. I kind of feel like, why not let that be special cancelable as well, to be honest? Like, she should be able to do that and then special cancel that into a ball roll, because then that could be nice for her. I don't know, is there a false blockable gap in that? No. So, like, yeah, I think that's another nice change that they could do for her, which would be nice. Would be, honestly, just let her special cancel her back 3-4 string, because I feel like as it is right now, there's honestly not much of a reason to use it. Like, you can do back 3 into that, but you can't hit confirm that, right? They have to give you 2 hits that can give you time to hit confirm it, and you can get a full combo. So make back 3-4. I think if that was special cancelable, that would be nice too. And yeah, I think those would be the main stuff that could really help Mileena. Given her like more access to even like tick grabs potentially, because the way her command grab is right now, honestly, it's pretty bad. The range of it's not the greatest. She can only tick off of pokes. So I think giving her some tick options off of that would also be nice, because right now you can do down 3 into it, you can do down 1 into it, or down 4 into it. Technically, you can do those, but she can't do anything off of like ticks with like her mids. Like if she could do, for example, like even just like a back 2 into it, or some kind of string into it, would be nice to give her some options to actually use the command grab, because as it is right now, she can't do any ticks outside of pokes, meaning most of the time you're just having to hit them raw, and you're only getting 10% for it. If you spend a bar, you're getting 14%, which is decent, but a lot of other characters in the game can get a lot more reward for doing these type of command grabs, and on top of that, it's a high. I think the other way that they could make it good without making it like her ability to tick is they could potentially just change this to a mid command grab and then just forget about the whole ticks that I mentioned. If they made it a mid, then that on its own could already like help her, I would say, like a fair amount, if they just made it that a mid as well. So that's another way I think could be nice to buff her. But outside of that, I would say she's pretty decent. Maybe give her some more range on her back 1, maybe. The other thing is I feel like her down 3 could be improved as well. It's a 12 frame startup, which is quite slow for the most part on a poke. They could buff that to like a 9 frame poke, I would say, maybe a 9 frame down 3, and then that would like boost her a lot. That would make her a lot better, I would say, because like as it is right now, even this, you can't even do that in someone's face all the time because you're negative bait, so technically you're punishable, although I don't know if you could really get punished that badly from that range. But yeah, I would say those are the main stuff I would do to buff Mileena. So just to recap, I would say make her back 1-1-2 string just a mid. I think that would be nice. Make this string safe, so make it like -6 instead of -8. I don't feel like there's any reason to get punished, and I don't like the fact that you have to spend resources like this in order to make that safe. I don't think that should be necessary. I think the breakaway input, you shouldn't be able to break away from her ball roll until after she enhances it, so that she can get a little bit more guaranteed damage, because then she could get in the 25% range every time, which is what a lot of other characters can get before allowing their opponent to have the ability to break away. So I think that would help her a lot as well. And then yeah, back 3-4, if that was special cancelable, that could help as well. Maybe give her extra range on the back 1, but I'm not super convinced that she needs that at this point, especially if she got all those other stuff. If they made the forward 1-2 cancelable in the air to Psy, and then she could get a full combo off that, that would be nice as well. And yeah, I think that could definitely help her. And then honestly, yeah, if they made her command grab just a mid, I would say make her command grab mid. I think all those changes for Mileena could really propel her to be a really solid character in this game. I don't know if that would make her top tier, but I think that would make her way more solid than she is now, and I think that would definitely help the character in general. Oh yeah, the other thing that I was going to mention, by the way, is that I do think her extended strings should just be base, but I feel like all the characters in the game, extended strings should be base, but that's the other thing that I had mentioned. But yeah, thanks for tuning into the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think are my opinions on Mileena. Are they fair? Are they wild? I don't know, but let us know in the comments. Thanks for checking out the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.